Today we will study Introduction to MS Excel, Chapter 5 of Class 6th. Microsoft Excel is a powerful spreadsheet program. Excel allows you to organize data in rows and columns, which are collectively called as a worksheet. A spreadsheet file is called workbook, which have 255 individual worksheets. Each worksheet of Excel has 16,384 columns and 10,48,576 rows. This is the Excel window. The Excel program window displays many items that you can use to create and work with your workbook. So this is title bar. It shows the name of the displayed workbook. Then is the File tab. This is your File tab. When you click on File tab, a Backstage view appears which resembles a menu. In Backstage view, you will find a list of commands like Save, Open, Print. This is Quick Access toolbar. It displays Quick Access button to the Save, Undo and Redo commands. Then here it is the ribbon. It displays groups of related commands in tabs. Each tab offers shortcut buttons to common tasks. Then this is the formula bar. It is used to enter and edit formulas and perform calculations on your worksheet data. These are the Windows control button. These buttons are used to minimize the program window, restore the window to full size, or close the window. Then worksheet. Each file is called workbook. So this is a workbook. The workbook contains sheets called worksheets. By default, a workbook contains 3 worksheets. Here you can see 3 worksheets are here. You can also add an additional worksheet by clicking on this new sheet plus button. A column letter above the grid, also called the column heading, it identifies each column. So these are the letters A, B, C, D, these are the letters and they identify each column. A row number on the left side of the grid, these are the row numbers. So on the left side of the grid, they are also called the row headings and they identifies each row. A cell, this is a cell. A cell is the intersection of each column and row in a worksheet. A cell is the basic unit of a worksheet into which you enter data. Cell reference. It is referred to by its unique address or cell reference. To identify a cell, specify the column letter first. So here the cell is A and the column letter A is written first, followed by the row number. Row number is 1, so row number is written in the name box area. So name box gives you the cell reference. So like here, if I click, so C3. So in the name box, you can see C3. So that is the cell reference. C is the column heading and 3 is the row heading of that particular cell. So C3 refers to the cell located at the intersection of column C and row 3. Grid lines. These are the grid lines. The horizontal and vertical lines representing the rows and columns on the worksheet are called grid lines. Grid lines allow us to see and identify each cell within a worksheet. Mouse pointer, the block plus sign, which I am moving, block plus sign. This is the mouse pointer. Then comes scroll bars. Below and to the right of the worksheet window are scroll bars. These are your scroll bars. You can use them to move the window around to view different parts of the active worksheet. Like here, top and bottom, you can move them to view different parts of the active worksheet. Then status bar. It is located at the bottom of the worksheet. This is the status bar. It presents the progress of current task and controls for viewing the worksheet. So this is all about the Excel window. Changing the active cell. This is the active cell. Here it is the active cell. The active cell displays a dark border. You can see dark border is displayed, and its cell reference. The cell reference is column A and then row number 2. So cell reference A2 is shown here in the name box. Now if you want to change the active cell, click on any cell you want to make active cell. And now this cell has become active cell with the dark borders around it, and its cell reference you can see here in the name box. So column C and row 4. So name box, in the name box the cell reference is shown C4. So this is the cell reference of the active cell, another active cell. Now for entering data, click on the cell where you want to enter the data, then type the data. So I'll type over here as save. So the data you type, it appears in the active cell. This is the active cell having dark borders around it, and it also appears in the formula bar. You can see in the formula bar also this the text is appearing. Now press enter key. You press the enter key, your data is typed. Now you want to type more data. So by using the arrow keys and your keyboard, you can type the data. Like here I am typing name, monitor, then printer, then mouse, and any name. By using the arrow keys you can go back and type the name and values of this monitors, printer and mouse. Again press enter, repeat the step, type the name, any name, then values for the monitor, printer and mouse. So repeat these steps again till you finish entering all your data. So here I have typed already, all the complete data is typed over here. Saving a workbook. You can save your workbook to reuse it or share it with others. Saved file can be used on the other computers also. By default, Excel workbook are saved in the Excel file format, which uses the .xls file extension. This extension, XLS file. This extension by default it uses. So for saving, you can either click on the file tab and save button or save as button, or I'm just clicking here the save button from the quick access toolbar. The save dialog box appear. Now click on the file name and type your file name. I'm typing here Learning Excel. Select your location and then click on save. So it will be saved with the extension .xlsx. Save. So here you can see your Excel workbook is saved with the name Learning Excel. Selecting cells. To select a cell, click on the cell you want to select. So first click on the cell here. The cell becomes the active cell and it displays a dark border around it. So you have selected a cell. Now to select a row, click on the number of row you want to select. Like here, this row number 7, I'll just click it over here. When you put your cursor on the row 7, it changes into a forward arrow shape. And when you click it, the whole row gets selected. To select multiple rows, place your mouse pointer over the number of the first row you want to select. Then drag the mouse pointer until you highlight all the rows you want to select. Now drag it. And you can see the multiple rows are selected by dragging. To select a column, click on the letter of the column you want to select. Like here, printer column I want to select, so I will click on the letter D. The whole column gets selected and the mouse pointer changes into the down arrow shape. You can see here. Now to select multiple columns, position the mouse pointer over the letter of the first column you want to select. Then drag the mouse pointer until you highlight all the columns you want to select. So now drag it, and in this way you can select the multiple columns. To select a group of cells, place your mouse pointer with block plus sign over the first cell you want to select. Now drag the mouse until you highlight all the cells you want to select. Drag it. So whole cells get selected. To select multiple group of cells, press and hold down Control key from the keyboard. And now repeat the steps of dragging. Again, you want to select this group of cells. You can drag, press Control key and drag the mouse pointer. So you can select the multiple group of cells in this way. Now for editing data in the worksheet. So double click on the cell containing the data you want to edit. Suppose I want to edit this price, monitor price of Rahul. So double click it. When you double click it, a flashing insertion point appears in the cell. You can see here flashing insertion point. Now use the backspace key or delete key or backspace key also, you can use it, and change the data. Enter the new data and then press enter key. So in this way you can do the editing of the data in the worksheet. For deleting the data, now you want to delete a data, select the cell containing the data you want to delete. Suppose you want to delete this one. So select it. I have selected with the row heading. Select it and then press the delete key from keyboard. Press it. The whole data gets deleted. Now for undoing the data, so click on the undo button on the quick access toolbar. This is the undo button. You click it and the last change you have made to the worksheet become undo. This, your data reappears back. Now to reverse the result of using the undo feature, click on the redo button. If you click on the redo button, you will be doing the reverse of the undo button you have done in the last step. So click on this redo button. Again the data disappears. So this is about deleting and undoing the data. So I just click on the undo button and the data appears back. Now moving and copying data. When you move the data disappears from its original location. And when you copy data, the data appears in both the original and the new location. So here, like suppose this one, this is the total. We want a total. We want to remove the total from here and bring it to this column, H column, towards the H column. So select the cell, click on this cell, total cell, and then click on the home tab. You have the cut button, move and copy for copying the data. So first we'll copy it and click on here where you want the data to be placed and paste it. So you will see the data is appears in both the location, new location and original location also. In both the location it is there. But if you want to move, like select the cell and click on the home tab, click cut or move text button and click on the location where you want the text to appear and then paste. So you will see here that the data disappears from its original location and comes to the new location. So this is about moving and copying the data. Now for changing column width. So here, suppose you want to change the column width. So you will see this pointer, mouse pointer, it changes to the double arrow shape. Okay. So now place the mouse pointer over the right edge of the column heading here and now drag the column edge until the dotted line displays the column width you want. So drag it till the width you want and you can see that the column width is increased. Okay. Changing the row height. Like here, click on the this row number, row headings. Okay, and you will see that the mouse pointer changes to this double arrow on the edge. Put it on the edge. The mouse pointer changes to the double arrow and drag the row edge until the dotted line displays the desired row height. So suppose you want to change this row height, sale row height you want to change. So put it on this on the edge or the bottom edge of the row heading and drag it. The pointer becomes double arrow and drag it up to the height you want. So this much row height you want, and this has come over here. So the row will display the new row height, and here the column F where keyboard is written, it will display the new column width, and this will display the new row height. This will also display the new row height. So this is about the changing column width and changing column row height.
Thank you.